All right, what's going on, guys? It's Adrian here. So we got a little bit of Giants news since I put up my video. Three things basically happened. First thing, kind of small detail, we cut Leonard Johnson for because he got injured, and we added Darren Evans. That doesn't really move the needle at all for me, at least. I don't know. Darren Evans is probably just going to be a camp body, but you never know with this. With Brian Daboll, if they play good, they make the team. So I mean, Darren Evans is going to get a shot. It's just don't expect much out of him really. Um, After that, Gerard Davis, of course, went down recently. We learned that his injury is even worse than we thought, and he got put on IR, so he is done for the year. We probably won't see him at all in Giants blue. If he does get healthy, honestly, he's probably just gonna um, reach a settlement with the team and try to play somewhere else. But don't expect him to even get healthy. Um, so unfortunately, we lost him, and then we added two players. So we added Cole Beasley and James Robinson. Now, what does this mean for the team? Honestly, in my opinion, not much. So let's start with James Robinson. So James Robinson, he broke out with 1,000 yard season quite a few years ago with the Jaguars, and people thought like, wow, this undrafted free agent, he can be somebody. He's a good running back. Unfortunately, in 2021, he tore his Achilles, and he simply has not been the same running back since then. He already was going to have a rough time making the league, and then that injury just really put him through something. Yeah, since then he went to the Jets. He got traded to the Jets and didn't do much for them. He started 5 games and he only rushed for 340 yards, and then he got chopped and he signed a deal with the Patriots, but he couldn't even make the Patriots team because of his health concerns. And that was earlier this year. So already this year he had health concerns. Um, so yeah, I get it. Saquon Barkley, he recently deleted all of his Giants stuff from his social media, which is a little childish in my opinion, but it is what it is. They're in a big contract dispute right now, and it's looking kind of bad. But signing James Robinson, I don't think is really gonna answer anything. I don't even know if he's gonna make the team. So, I mean, you never know. Hopefully, he's completely back from his injury and totally healthy. But considering that the Patriots just got rid of him this year, like in March, right? In June. Literally in June, he got released by the Patriots because of health concerns. So I don't expect much from him, to be honest. If anything's going to happen, personally, I think Saquon's going to come back and actually play. You never know, but don't expect anything from James Robinson. If anything happens with Saquon, we'll probably bring somebody else in, or Eric Gray might pop off. We'll see what happens. But the other thing that happened is Cole Beasley signed. So Cole Beasley, if you know who he is, he played with Dallas for a long time, so you should know who he is. He was a good player, a good slot receiver for the Cowboys for a while, and then he went on to Buffalo, and he was a good slot receiver for them for a while. However, he had issues during the COVID year. He's an outspoken critic of the COVID vaccine, and shortly after that, the next year, he had issues with Buffalo, and he still played decent. He's still skilled, and he can still catch the ball. But then he signed on with Tampa to play with Tom Brady, and just a few games into the season, he retired and said he was done. And then he tried to come back towards the end of the year. He came back to Buffalo. He even played in a playoff game and looked decent, I suppose. But does that signing matter? Well, if you look at Cole Beasley, he's old, right? How old is he? He's 34 years old. He's not getting any younger. And last year he played in 4 regular season games and 2 playoff games. He started 1 regular season game. Uh, let's see. He had 4 catches with Tampa for 17 yards, and he had 2 catches with Buffalo for 18 yards. And then in the 2 playoff games, he had 5 catches for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. So I mean, those are pretty pedestrian stats, especially for a guy that used to be a guy. And on top of that, our slot receiving room is loaded. We got Paris Campbell, who is speculated to start in the slot this year. We have Wan'Dale Robinson, who's expected, once he gets back from his injury, he's expected to battle for that slot position. And on top of that, we have like Jameson Crowder, Sterling Shepard can play slot. Who knows if Jalen Hyatt might even end up playing slot a little bit. I mean, it's way too crowded. Unless a bunch of injuries happen or Cole Beasley shows that he's somehow rejuvenated at his older age. And we also have Khalil Pimpleton from the Lions. But I think these are like non-mover. Like, they're not moving the needle, these moves. Cole Beasley and James Robinson are going to be fun little preseason experiments, and then they're not going to make the team, and they're probably just going to be gone into oblivion. We'll see, but yeah, that's basically my take on Giants news this week. So, thanks for listening. Goodbye.